sheep, Pastor Jay here from Know the Truth. I just got off the phone with one of my good friends from the Institute for Creation Research. In my opinion, one of the best organizations around. They speak the truth more than I could ever even dream of. Anyway, we got into this back and forth about evolution versus creationism, and we were trying to figure out why are so many kids getting deluded into evolution. I told him it's because evolutionists keep pushing creationism out of the schools. So I made this video in the hopes I could show my sheep why creationism should be allowed in schools. The first reason is that people want it taught in our schools. Regardless of your personal feelings on the matter, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, especially if the many are Christians. According to a poll of several hundred Americans in Alabama, 8% believe that only evolution should be taught in schools, and 97.5% believe that creationism should be taught in schools. The remainder supported the notion of teaching both, except for they want to put creationism in science classes where it belongs, and evolution in philosophy classes where it belongs. Either way you look at it, that's a decent bunch of people asking for creationism. The next reason is creationism is legitimate. It's scientific fact versus evolution's belief system. Although evolution is almost accepted by a few scientists here and there, a great deal of scientists and non-scientists alike believe in all of the teaching of creationism. For example, a Gallup poll in 2010 revealed that 9 in 10 of Americans believe in strict creationism. Whether or not you believe it isn't the point. The point is that it's a fact held by a significant number of people. People who, like you and me, pay taxes for their children's education. The next reason that creationism should be taught in schools is that religious studies are painfully lacking. In fact, religious studies are almost non-existent in the Western world in the public school system. Some would say this is a good thing as it separates the church and state. But is it really a bad thing to teach children how to better understand their fellow man, or to better understand God, or how to learn our morals or where they came from? According to statistics, there are well over 3 separate belief systems in the US alone. It isn't a bad thing to teach our children about the one true religion, Christianity. Shouldn't they be aware of how wrong all the other religions like evolution are? Even Darwin himself expressed the notion that ignorance is more dangerous than knowing nothing. The next reason is freedom of speech. Freedom of speech and expression works both ways. Arguing that creationism is forcing religion on children is like saying a history class on World War II is forcing fascism onto our children. It's important for our children to know and understand these views. And it's important to know that all these other views are wrong. They are wrong because they don't have the scriptures to back them up. The next reason is science. The most commonly held view of us creationists is that we're religious zealots, that we're feverishly ignoring an ever-increasing amount of evidence contrary to our beliefs. False. You can't be a creationist and ignore evidence and science. Look at the folks at ICR. And again, creationism is not a belief, it's a fact. You can't ignore facts, and you sure as hell can't ignore science. Unfortunately, there's a sizable amount of people that believe that creationism and evolution can coexist, that God made evolution happen. Even the Pope says that faith and evolution can coexist. And that's exactly why the Pope is really Satan. Just another ploy by the Catholic Church to indoctrinate young minds into believing the lie of evolution, folks. Here's a side note. The priest that invented the lie of the Big Bang, also an atheist and an Obama lover. The next reason that creationism should be taught in schools is that it's an important part of our history. Like it or not, creationism dominated human belief for centuries. Even if you don't believe it now, our ancestors did. Why should we skip over an important part of human history just because many people don't agree with it? If that were true for all things, we'd never teach our children about slavery, how Marco Polo was afraid of water, or how Hitler traveled back in time to kill early white settlers. The next reason that creationism should be taught in schools is that children are not stupid. Children's minds are a wonderful thing. They absorb knowledge faster than ours, and they have an amazing ability to process large amounts of information while they're young. Why not indoctrinate them early before atheism and science can get into their little pea-sized brains? Imagine a future where everyone acted just like me. Anyway, there you have it, folks. Those are my reasons why I think creationism should be taught in school. Thanks for watching.